the most advanced fighter jet in the world. It wasn't too expensive, it was easy to maintain, and it was able to quickly take off from pretty much anywhere. And it even chased the infamous SR-71 Blackbird away. At that time, Sweden wasn't a member of NATO, but ultimately, the Soviets were kept at bay. And one of the key factors was a jet, the mighty Swedish, duck. This is the Sub-37 Viggen. The name Viggen can actually have two meanings. Firstly, it means thunder, alluding to the sound made by Mjolnir, the hammer of the god Thor, fitting for a plane that would rival the might of the Soviets. However, it also means tufted duck. This alludes to the French word for duck, canard, because this plane has a canard delta configuration. A dog tooth was also added to improve the stability at high angles of attack. The airframe itself featured a lot of aluminium, however, titanium was also used for the entire rear section of the fuselage. The landing gear was also strengthened and had anti-skid brakes for those short landings. To allow the plane to carry more weapons, specifically anti-ship missiles, the undercarriage legs shortened during retraction. The vertical stabilizers could also be folded so that the aircraft could be stored in small spaces. This allowed it to operate remotely in the middle of nowhere. But all of this would have been impossible without a proper engine. The designers originally wanted to use a Rolls-Royce Medway engine, but the development of that engine was cancelled. So thanks to the deal that they made with the Americans, they went with a Pratt & Whitney GT8D engine. It was heavily modified by Volvo and named the Volvo RM8. The modifications included a new afterburner and a fully viable nozzle. Because it also needed to achieve those short landings, it needed a reverse thruster as well. In fact, the RM8 was the first engine to feature an afterburner and a reverse thruster. This thruster could even be used to make the plane go in reverse. And to top it all off, it could be set to automatically engage when the nose wheel strut was compressed, giving the shortest landing possible, even beyond the reaction time of a human. Because maintenance had to be simple, the intakes were simple D-section types. But this brought up two issues. The entire thing was very large, and the second problem was the fact that the intakes were prone to ingesting birds. Just like duck. Yummy. But folks, I'm not done. What actually set the Viggen apart was what was under the hood, and this is where this jet gets even crazier. So the Viggen was a single-seat, single-engine aircraft. That may not seem so strange until you consider that it was developed in the 1960s. How on earth was it going to perform all of those insane tasks with one pilot? The answer was computers. And I'm not talking about the type that take up a whole room. After all, this was the